What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Roger Jackson finally arrested following an alleged assault on wrestler. The WWE has big plans for Joe Hendry. The real reason Brock Lesnar versus John Cena is on first. Triple H promises big things for WrestlePalooza. Becky Lynch rated the best female wrestler ever. WWE gave Ava a pass for controversial comments. The reason behind Andrade's release. Why WWE didn't allow press at WrestleMania 43's announcement. A former WWE star returns to TNA. WWE has a funny nickname for Tony Khan. Now, first story looks at Roger Jackson finally arrested. At top of today's news is an update regarding the ongoing case involving Roger Jackson, the son of UFC fighter Quinton Rampage Jackson and wrestler Psycho Stu, aka Stuart Smith. USA Today is reporting LA police arrested Roger Jackson, the son of UFC fighter Quinton Rampage Jackson, on September 18th in connection to an alleged attack on a professional wrestler. According to the LA County Sheriff's Department records, the alleged incident saw Roger, who had a backstage confrontation with Psycho Stu earlier, entered the ring with a storyline to kayfabe attack him. However, witnesses claimed that Jackson actually physically attacked Stu, seriously injuring him. He was choking on his own blood and teeth, said Douglas Mallow, a wrestler who was involved in the ensuing melee to stop Jackson's alleged attack. Previously told USA Today, "Somebody reminded me there's kids there. And then I was like, oh my God." A Stu is currently recovering from the alleged attack. And as for Jackson, bill was set at $50,000. Next up, WWE has big plans for Joe Hendry. Get ready for some more Joe Hendry in WWE. A Sports Illustrated John Alba has a report on the former WWE TNA World Champion's future in WWE. Multiple WWE and TNA sources tell the Takedown and SI that Henry is in the process of being largely phased out of TNA programming and integrated more into WWE television. The internal expectation across people in both companies is that he will be WWE bound on a full-time basis at the beginning of 2026, and the 37-year-old grappler has been wrestling since 2013, but his popularity has skyrocketed. In TNA, Joe parlayed his social media fame and success of his song I Believe in Joe Hendry into a fan-driven moment that culminated in him winning TNA's top prize. Andrade also caught the attention of WWE officials, who brought Joe to NXT and booked him at this year's Royal Rumble and Randy and surprise opponent at WrestleMania 41. Alba's story also notes that despite rumors to the contrary, Henry is still under a TNA contract, with TNA President Carlos Silva reiterating this. Nonetheless, anyone who's watched the WWE's relationship with Henry can see how much the promotion has been caught him waiting for when his TNA deal expires, much as it did with Jordynne Grace, inviting her to wrestle in NXT, even when she was signed to TNA. Now that TNA and WWE are working together, expect to see more instances like this where WWE takes rising stars in TNA and prepares them for an eventual move to WWE. Next up, a WWE star expected back very soon. It's been reported on the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Gunther is expected back very soon. The Ring General dropped the World Heavyweight Championship to CM Punk at SummerSlam and was then written off WWE television. Now, if the report is accurate, fans will have to wonder whether they'll get the Brock Lesnar versus Gunther match they've been demanding for years. Next up, Rey Mysterio in a major WWE role. But what is next for Rey Mysterio? The WWE Hall of Famer has been sidelined with an injury since WrestleMania 41, but rumor has it that he's expected back very soon and he's set for a major program. WrestleVotes Radio recently reported that we're told that those in WWE want to feature Rey Mysterio in a major role as part of this new ongoing 888A rollout once he's back healthy and in action. Mysterio, who underwent surgery back in April, is said to be progressing well. In addition, this is a kind of a 2-for-1 here. Sources indicate WWE is considering at least one more 888A streaming event before the end of the year, with speculation pointed to Survivor Series weekend in San Diego now. Now, while says nothing in writing, Russell Vogt speculated that Rey will square off against Dominic Mysterio, who's currently the ABA Mega Champion at the event, which will be a blockbuster match. If AAA really wanted a mega show at the end of the year, that would be the way to book it. And WWE deserves credit for how they've managed to maintain the father-son rivalry for over 3 years without running it into the ground. What's worked so well is that WWE has turned up the heat as needed for big matches such as a clash at WrestleMania 39, but lowered it to a simmer as they work separate programs. Tiffany Stratton match happening at WrestlePalooza. Now, will Tiffany Stratton defend a WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill and Nia Jax at this Saturday's WrestlePalooza? Well, there there is considerable confusion about the match's status as WrestleVotes. Tweeted yesterday that asked a source about the Tiffany Stratton versus Nia versus Jay Cargill matchup graphic on the official WrestlePalooza shirt in Indianapolis. They said the plan is to feature the match on the card, hence its placement. However, it depends on Stratton's status. She's missed NXT Homecoming and remains to be determined as of yesterday. Expect clarification tomorrow night on SmackDown. Now, whilst the match isn't listed at WWE.com, that could change depending on tonight's blue brand. Next up, the real reason Brock Lesnar versus John Cena is on first at WrestlePalooza. It looks like we now know why Brock Lesnar versus John Cena is going to be the opening match at WrestlePalooza. In case you missed it, Pat McAfee announced on Thursday that Lesnar versus Cena will be kicking off the PLE. As for the real reason, well, Fightful Select Sean Ross is reporting. I see that Brock Lesnar let them know he wanted to fly out of Indianapolis early. Let's hope that the Beast puts some effort into this match, as we feel he's been phoning it in ever since his return at SummerSlam. Next up, Triple H promises big things for WrestlePalooza now. Expect some big things at WrestlePalooza, as WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H told ESPN. Get up that expect spectacle, expect surprises, expect to have a lot of fun, and ESPN's going to deliver. And expect an event larger than life. WWE has been riding a lot on this show, as it's the beginning of its PL partnership with ESPN, and it's running directly against AW's all-out pay-per-view. The first time AW will air a pay-per-view on HBO Max. It's believed that AW has a lot riding on All Out because it reportedly has a profit-sharing arrangement with Max. It's probably a good reason why Triple H is hyping this show on the levels of WrestleMania. Next up, Becky Lynch is the best female wrestler ever. Now, it's time to look at a new list from Bleacher Report where they rank the top 25 WWE women wrestlers of all time based on the in-ring ability, historical significance to pro wrestling, and his premier promotion, mainstream appeal, and championship resume. Like any list, this one is certain to stir debate for who was included, who wasn't, and where wrestlers rank. But here's who they decided were the top 5. Sasha Banks, Rhea Ripley, Trish Stratus, Charlotte Flair, and number 1, Becky Lynch. Becky is definitely eating this all up, as now she really will think that she's the best wrestler ever. Next up, Brock Lesnar nearly went to TNA. And you guys know that TNA Wrestling was ready to bring in the Beast Incarnate back in 2007. While you may have heard the rumor mentioned before, former TNA president Scott Dior is confirming this. Kurt Angle revealed this week that Brock Lesnar was in talks with TNA back in 2007. This is absolutely true. I was a producer of almost all of Kurt's early matches in TNA, and he came to me saying Brock wanted to come over. Amo currently owns and operates Maple Leaf Pro. Wrestling went on to explain Kurt was very excited about this, and obviously it would have been a huge, maybe trajectory-altering signing for TNA. I passed it on to Dixie Carter, who owned TNA at the time. But as you already know, it didn't happen. It's a huge what-if, not just for TNA, but for Lesnar. If he came to TNA on a big contract in 2007, would he have still debuted in MMA that year? Would he have felt the need to go fight in UFC in 2008 and help usher in a legion of new fans for UFC? I suppose we'll never know. TNA went in a very different direction in 2009, with Dixie Carter bringing in Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and many former WCW and WWE talents. What do you think TNA would have been like had Lesnar signed in 2007? The next up, WWE gave Ava a pass for controversial comments. Did NXT authority figure Ava, aka Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter, get a pass for controversial comments she made on social media? This week's Observer reported got some heat for online comments that were believed to have had to do with the shooting death of Charlie Kirk. She shared an ex-post from comedian Gianmarco Sarasi on her Instagram story, which read, "If you want people to have kind words when you pass, you should say kind things when you're alive." He then wrote herself, "And I'll stand behind this. Be kind now more than ever." Of course, this led to backlash, and the backlash got some mainstream media coverage. One person in WWE noted to us that if it was almost anyone else, they'd be told to take that down. But nobody will tell her, as since her father is on the TKO board of directors. Ava would be virtually untouchable for anything. Next up, the reason behind Andrade's WWE release. Now, there seems to be more reasoning behind why Andrade got released by WWE. As in the Observer newsletter, it was reported that some noted to us frustration that his English never got better. One noted to us that there was a buyer's remorse in the sense that they thought bringing him in from AW would be huge, since talent that had come in from AW, like Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, were received so well, and figured he'd follow similarly with its fan base, particularly since he came directly off AW television and was in the mix with the top guys in the tournament. But they explained that the initial pop didn't lead anywhere, something exacerbated by WWE's lack of direction for him. This is nothing new, as the WWE brings in wrestlers all the time, but often fails to give them a deserved push, resulting in fan indifference. Next up, why WWE didn't allow press at WrestleMania 43's announcement. If you're wondering why press wasn't invited when WWE announced that it's bringing WrestleMania 43 to Saudi Arabia, well, according to The Observer, the decision came from the top. TKO made the decision to not only allow press to attend, but not allow fans to attend, because fans could possibly have booed the announcement. And with real press in town for the boxing match, there was a possibility of some of them coming and asking real questions. Next up, Tony Khan says AW is committed to affordable ticket sales, as some fans have had to take out a second mortgage just to fund their WrestleMania tickets. But at least AW President Tony Khan is keeping their ticket pricing low. In a media call for Saturday's All-Out pay-per-view, he mentioned AW's ticket pricing is designed to be very family-friendly and has been from the very beginning. Everyone involved with AW from the beginning will tell you that we've always wanted to maintain affordable ticket pricing for the fans, in particular, to bring families and young fans to the show and make it accessible for fans of all backgrounds, of all ages. I think it's really exciting for us that we're getting really good feedback about that. And WWE fans have been complaining about the promotion's ever-rising ticket prices, with the company making it clear that they plan to continue increasing prices as long as demand increases.